Um, shoot, I can't get whispered because I'm in game. So if you can whisper Sundown and tell me if I can be heard.
I'm also watching Twitch chat, so if you can
Okay,
whisper me
post in Twitch
or
chat if you can hear me now. I think I fixed my audio settings. I'm sorry for that, guys. You missed my sick draft analysis, but hopefully you enjoyed my new loading screen. Um, just
and me
waiting.
talking to myself. Just waiting on. Sorry, I interrupted you there. My bad.
Nah, it's all good. Waiting on confirmation.
Okay. So, can anyone hear Kaimo Tripson if he has been talking? I haven't seen a response yet in Twitch. I don't know how much of a delay is built in.
I
Uh,
think I have it with no delay. Um, yeah,
but the
so
stream's still not live on mine, at least. So I don't. There might be.
oh, is
I
it?
guess maybe
Okay,
there
yeah,
might.
try refreshing it because it's starting
Oh
on my
wait.
end.
Oh okay. There we go. Okay. So Atlanta says, "Yep, we can hear you." So you guys can hear
All right.
Kaimo
Thank you,
for
stream. I am
sure.
terrible.
Yes. Ben says that they can hear you as well.
All right, love you guys. All right, let's do this. Three, two, one, and let's play some Dragonshire, boys and girls.
All right. Do
All
you want to
right,
call
so
out TNT's roster?
on the left side of the map we have Tilt Not Tilted with Commander Chu as always on the Tyrael, Nick Ball on the Muradin, Metal the new teammate on the Stukov, Lear playing Chromie, and Hyra Spliffix playing Greymane.
All right, and on the Nexus Raiders All Stars, we have For Sparta on the Gul'dan. Sailwater is on the Kerrigan. Trogdor will be tanking on the Anu Barak. We have United GGK on Tracer and not the Chromie, which is disappointing.
Uh,
And we have Syndrus on the Ariel.
yeah, so we see a couple of new names in here. I'm actually terrified for GGK's Chromie. We got the early game B steps. That's always good to see. And standard builds here coming out, and we have some lag on Sailwater's end. But it looks like we're seeing, so we're going to have the Tyrael versus the Tracer solo lane. That's not at all what I was expecting, actually, from the All-Stars to have the Tracer come out there. And I apologize for this, guys. I have to fix my audio. Uh, my game sounds
And it
are way
is
too loud.
very interesting that Tracer is top. Oh,
Tracer gets wrecked
United
by the Tyrael
GK
with the
got greedy.
B-Steps!
Oh, and the B steps. I was just gonna say Tyrael, although she doesn't, or sorry, Tracer, although she doesn't have wave clear, was really doing a lot of damage to Tyrael and forcing him back.
Yeah, I mean, you
But
do know what the Procasters say is Tyrael's the best solo laner in the game, and that he's actually a terrible solo laner, but he's a fantastic hero that just sometimes gets stuck in the solo lane. And we
it's
see
true.
Chromie just getting that poke in there. We have the Bronze Talons for the auto attack damage, all those standard builds. Well, Regen Master on Tyrael, which is interesting considering that he is in a solo
Oh,
lane.
hold on. 1 second. Apparently, this server is being hosted in Brazil, and everyone has 300 to 500 ping right now.
I am definitely not in Brazil.
How would you even check that, actually?
Okay, let's
We're gonna pause this and restart the match with the same draft.
yeah, 300 to 500 ping is not good.
Yeah, that's not good for anybody. We'll go ahead and blame United GDK's death on that. Give him an excuse and an out. Playing Tracer, you can't play with 300 to 500 milliseconds of
Alright, I
ping.
don't want to rejoin the game. Oh, I guess I get lever status.
Really? From leaving a
Nah, I'm
custom
just,
match?
it's a joke.
Oh, I was like, well, that seems
Alright,
not
let's create
right.
a game. We're gonna skip the draft. Yeah, so apparently you have a Brazilian. I don't know how that even happened. How do I change what,
If you go to your settings, you can set a preference. Oh, yes. I was going to say that earlier. Chew, that was a very, very calculated bait.
options,
I was a little worried about his math.
best match. I don't know what match I should put it on. Okay,
I
apparently I have
believe
really good ping to Brazil.
Apparently, most people. Oh, it just went. It picked the preferred one. Okay,
Yeah, I have it set to back. I'm gonna set it to central or western.
I'd probably say central because that's kind of in between. I
That's
know
in
we have a lot
between.
of people on the west coast and a lot of people on the east coast, so maybe that kind of averages out. Wait, you're in Philadelphia,
I don't
and
know how, dude.
and
I
and
have
your ping to
so
Brazil is good.
so I have a 46-second ping to Eastern server and a 70-second ping to Brazil.
That's actually not half bad. I don't
I
know how
know,
that's
right?
possible.
It makes no sense. I don't understand how computers work. Apparently.
Yeah, you got me there.
Swap team. Now I get to play the redo all the teams. Oh wait, no, you need to be a player. There we go. Alright, you just need to join the game, Sundown, and we good to go?
I'm like, I'm okay. I guess I can quit. I was like, I'm kind of stuck on the pause thing. My bad. I didn't realize that. I kind of thought the match was going to end and it was going to kick me out.
Nope. Okay.
Noob observer here.
Get out. Why is everyone's joining the game? Alright, we apologize for that, Nexus Raider dudes.
It's actually not half bad. It's 9:24, and we're about to start another match. I mean, normally we're making the lobby in 6 minutes when we're supposed to start, at 9. So we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Where are you? Are you not here yet?
No, I'm not there yet. I didn't. Let's see.
Get in my game.
All right.
I'll make you a referee just so you can go.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Now. I don't actually know if I hit start game how this. There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, so as I was saying with these drafts right here, this is a perfect draft. We got the typical QM comp with the Murd Interior double tank. Not a lot of lockdown to follow up the Murden though.
And the Murden is really the only CC, whereas the Nexus Raiders All-Stars do have at least a little bit more. They have the Anub and they have the Kerrigan. You do have Stukov's Silence, which can be absolutely devastating, especially to a Gul'dan on the back line if he's actually able to cast it, a Gul'dan or an Ariel, completely nullifying his damage until he moves out of the way. So now the question is will United GGK run into the towers and die? Will he do the honorable thing and make it an even match relative to how it started?
Let's see. I'm going to tell him to run into the towers and die. Alrighty then.
And this is fun because I'm messing with him. He's my teammate, so.
Alright, we got one more player ready, and let's do this. Alright, so I just want to show off my really cool loading screen that I spent a lot of time on. So if you guys think this is cool, just let me know. So yeah, so here's we got the draft. We got Tilt Not Tilted with Greymane, Stukov, Chromie Murd Interior, banning out Leoric and Dahaka versus Nexus Raiders All-Stars or the NRA with Kerrigan, Tracer, Gul'dan, Oriole, Anubarak with bans of Malthael Stitches on Dragonshire.
I do like your layout. That is pretty sweet.
It was a pain to get it to work.
It's very informative.
All right, so so Sundown, who are you predicting based on the draft? Who's going to win this game?
I based on the draft, I got to go with TNT. TNT has got to just really make a lot of mistakes, in my opinion, for the All-Stars to win. Yeah,
I mean, I do like the poke they have with the Chromie and the Greymane, although the aggression that the All-Stars have with the Kerrigan, Anubarak, and the Tracer being able to dive the relatively squishy backline with only the Murden for peeling could be pretty terrifying, so we will see how this game works out, and everyone is starting out beautifully with the B-steps again. We'll see if Tracer is going to walk into towers and die like she's supposed to. We'll keep an eye on that.
So far, not yet.
And everyone has chosen the exact same talents, So well played, both teams. And let's see what. Yep, the Tracer is against the poke. She might not actually do it this time, but so we're gonna have the standard 4-1 rotation. It looks like, or on the case of TNT, a 1-3-1 with Chromie posting up on bottom, and Muradin, Stukov, Greymane rotating between the two lanes, or maybe a modified just Muradin rotating with the Commander 2 calling out the lack of suicide from the Chromie here, as the.
Oh, so he did blame it on the lag. He did blame it on the lag. Okay.
So it looks like it's a lag F or a 3-2-3 incident here on the Tracer, which is fine. So we have relatively even experience now going in with a 50 millisecond ping. Chromie combo goes out, or Kerrigan combo goes out on the Chromie, misses, and the nice Morales spray for the BM. I love seeing the BM
Great
between
dodge.
these two teams here.
Oh yeah. It's
But,
it's a great way to kick everything off.
Tracer has managed
Lighthearted,
to
but
take the top
slightly
shrine.
toxic.
She is actually winning the solo lane against the Tyrael just because of her mobility, allowing the next Raiders All-Stars to channel both of those altars, and Nubarak may be looking for the channel, but with the Greymane Stukov, they're not going to be able to get that. They're just going to try and force those lanes in, do some damage to towers, wait for an opportunity to take that.
Now, like you had said, the Kerrigan and the Anubarak, they have the CC with the Tracer for the engage, possibly on the Chromie, but while Tyrael doesn't have peels, he can talent into it later, as well as he can provide shields for the Chromie in the team fights.
And Tracer's Pulse Bomb goes out, but does miss the Tyrael, allowing him to get away. Looks like they're going to recapture the Shrine. TNT has captured blue, but it is going back over to the All-Stars to get that again, but with the Greymane's Cocktail, it's still not going to be channelable. So they're running a 1-2-2 versus a 1-4. The wave clear on the All-Stars team is slightly stronger with the Oriole Gul'dan. They can easily clear out that wave with Kerrigan just looking for the ganks. So TND is doing a very good job of playing this map safe and just looking for those safe rotations. With Tracer being able to hold the top shrine against Tyrael, they don't have to worry too much about TNT stealing a DK.
That's true. And if the All-Stars continue to play like this, they're a little bit up on the experience right now. Their wave clear is superior. If they manage to get a pick or two, they could start to snowball this. You know, early Dragon Knights are relatively weak. The most that they can probably hope for if TNT doesn't respond properly is 2 cannon towers and maybe a fort if they grab it early. But
that's exactly right, especially with Tyrael now hanging out, waiting for the minions to come forward with the shielding to help save some of those tower shots. Not really letting Tracer get the opportunity to push him off, making him tap her Hearth. But Muradin has gone up there to try and help. Pulse Bomb does go out on the Muradin. He should be fine with a Dwarf Toss out, but still cannot take that top shrine from the Tracer. GGK playing beautifully on that Tracer.
yes, I have never seen a solo lane Tracer, and she lacks wave clear, but she is applying enough pressure to the tanks, and she has so much mobility that she's remaining almost untouched. And
the Kerrigan Gul'dan with the
All-Stars,
wave clear does manage to sneak a DK.
they do.
So it's a Nubarak in the Dragon Knight, so he can just burrow charge out if he needs to. Getting those towers in mid. They should be moving into bottom after this to try and get some towers down there and some more experience.
They are. It is pretty high on health, and Greymane is the only real damage dealer here, and he can't really get too much done with that Gul'dan poke and the Ariel heals. Although, they did kind of okay. So they're rotating down. They got 22 seconds left.
I mean, that's really like, to me that looks like a waste of the DK really, because like this early DK, as you said, isn't going to do a whole lot. You're really just looking to get a couple of towers. So, and especially because mid doesn't have any mercenary camps, it's really the weaker lane. So having that DK push in mid and take a lot of poke damage from Greymane, and not getting a lot of value on bottom from the Oriole Gul'dan Kerrigan. I mean, they did end up getting the 4 towers out of it, but I think they could have pressured a little harder on bottom with the DK and tried to get the healing fountain rather than just taking that poke in mid, or at least draw some
either
resources
that
away.
or pushed mid a little bit harder.
Yeah.
It just kind of committed to it one way or the other. But like you said, it still worked out. Their wave clear still allowed them to take. I mean, that as far as an early Dragon Knight goes, that might not have been played perfectly, but that went better than it should have probably. They got 4
towers
cannon
and
towers.
bottom healing fountain, so that means that when they the battles over the bottom shrine are going to be heavily in favor of the All-Stars. Because TNT cannot back to their fort and tap that sippy cup, they have to go all the way back to the keep. That's an extra like 30 seconds round trip to that shrine.
Not to mention that because of that extra experience, it's most likely going to be a level 10 for the Nexus Raiders All-Stars versus a level 9 on the side of TNT during the next Dragon Knight phase.
Now I'd like to point out we have a very interesting build on Stukov with the Lurking Arm expansion at 1 is usually followed up with the Lurking Arm range at 7, but in this case he's still going for the targeted excision, and Kerrigan died to...
And the Gul'dan got picked as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I was not paying attention to that. That was a good rotation by TNT to just murder those people. Level 10 is reached for the All-Stars, but TNT is going to get that Bruiser Camp, plus the Siege Giant should be front walls.
Yep, and they have also, those picks caught them back up on experience. So now we have an even level 10 to 10.
And unfortunately, we will not see any massive swipe or massive shove memes out of Stukov. It will be the flailing swipe. Cursed Bullet goes down onto Trogdor, chunking it for a good amount of health, but the shielding in the Nubarak will just have that sippy cup to tap up. And here we go with the shrines again. They're looking for the kill on Oriole. They get it. That Chromie combo was absurd. Horrify went out, didn't actually save anyone, so that is a big cooldown burned right there.
That was a very dangerous rotation from the Oriole right there. And I want to say the Cursed Bullet is a very interesting pick on the for Hyro Spliffix. The Anubarak is a lower health pool tank relative to the others, but I guess because Oriole's AoE heals and them only having one tank, that he is going more for a kill the Anubarak approach, and then everything else will kind of fall into place.
And there goes the Anubarak.
And there it went.
However, we do get the Resurrect memes, and the Kerrigan gets deleted by the Greymane, but Trogdor is back in the fight, almost to be taken down again by the Chromie and the Greymane. Oh man, this
got body blocked by his teammates.
Yeah,
and got killed by the Chromie kill shot.
As much as I love Resurrect, I do have to say that overall Aegis is probably the better heroic choice. But we'll see. We'll see if they can get some Resurrect value out of this. But TNT is currently up by about a level, looking at level 13. Although GGK on Tracer is still doing a fantastic job holding that shrine, almost gets the Tyrael kill with that Pulse Bomb. But she may be able to actually get some towers down there. Tracer solo laning is rough until 13, so GGK is doing a fantastic job there.
Yeah, and I mean at that ooh, the blink. Is she gonna get away? Is the sword up yet?
The Pulse Bomb.
Ooh.
Let's see. And
there
the
we go.
B steps. Nope.
Oh,
yep,
the B steps. The B steps.
Yeah, good job.
So we finally got the Tracer death. It was earned at a much later point, and it had to be earned. Oh.
All right.
Okay,
here we go. Stukov might be in trouble. They're looking. That is a beautiful engage. I like this. So, All-Stars was down by a level. The shrines were up. They lost control of top. Needed to maintain control of bottom. So, invading that siege camp, knowing that Chromie had gone top, making it a 4v3, allowed them to take that siege camp, take some of the pressure off, so that TNT couldn't take that. And with the Chromie poke, just really shove that siege camp into their fort. So it was a very good play by them.
And now they can safely grab the their own siege camp.
Yeah, and just kind of stall this out, try to get 13. But this is 6 kills to 0. Given this is TNT, which is a team that practices together, versus the All-Stars, which is a bunch of Nexus Raiders that have been put together. And oh my god, that Anubarak just got deleted.
Yep. It kind of seems like that's their plan, is they're just going to destroy Anubarak and then go from there.
Yes, that is exactly what they're looking to do. I mean, with the Stormbolt Lurking Arm follow-up into the Chromie Greymane burst with the Cursed Bullet on top of it, that is gonna 100 to 0 even like an Anubarak with the anti-magic armor at 1. Like, that was incredibly fast. And he can't burrow charge out because of the silence on Lurking Arm. And there's the bye-bye on Chromie. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yep, that is a dead Chromie. First kill of the game for the All-Stars going over there. Sailwater getting his Kerrigan combo, falling into a time trap.
Okay, Sintress has Anubarak crowned right now, and I can't help but think she's forgotten to move it. Okay,
Goes
she
back
does
over
have
to
it on the Kerrigan now.
Does get
Okay.
some hope off of the Maelstrom. This is really the first time we're seeing the pre-nerf Oriole with the removal of Bursting Light. She can't just spam 2-second max heals, so she does lose some value with the Gul'dan. She can still so she can generate hope faster than she can spend it, essentially.
Yes.
But I like this pickup at level 7 with the damage taken. It's an interesting choice, but Oriole might be in trouble. Murden goes in for the jump, doesn't get the Stormbolt off, might have it. Cocoon is on the Stukov, but they can't get a kill out of that.
I'd like to point out that now that this game has gone on, it looks like Tyrael is, which they lost the Dragon Knight here, but it looks like Tyrael has been winning the top lane now. He's staying a lot healthier and pushing those minions in.
Yeah, now that he's talented into those shielding talents, his 7 and 13 does allow him to have that shield up more often. But that is the second DK over to All-Stars. They really need to get a fort out of this to try and even up those levels and get 16.
And it's just so tough with that front line and the poke that they have. Well, not necessarily the. I mean, Greymane has completed his cocktail quest, by the way. So his cocktails do a considerable amount of damage, and cooldown is reduced. So he is going to shred that back line of theirs by just landing cocktails on the Dragon Knight or the Anub.
Yeah, now Gul'dan did get bottom fort, which helps, but they're still a level down. And the Dragon Knight is getting chunked with no kills here yet. Still only 1 kill. Like, these pulse bombs keep going out, but they keep going out on the high health pool targets, like the Murd and the Tyrael. And, like, typically on Tracer we see a Quantum Spike for that extra 10% of their max health damage. But here we see the pulse rounds for an increased charge up route, which it's just not seeming to give enough damage to finish.
Yeah, you really, with 2 tanks like Tyrael and Muradin, you have got to. Oh, TNT is now raiding. Oh, Trogdor is so low. The Horrify hits 3 targets.
The camp
Stukov isolated. Tracer's in trouble. Sanct is dropped.
Take down the Tracer. The Oriole's in trouble too, and she will fall. And they're going to dive into that forward. This should be. They could just run crazy with the map. Now that's 3 kills for nothing.
The Muradin is They have 16. I'd like to point out on that last Dragon Knight phase, TNT stayed so healthy, and the back line of the All-Stars they could not hang around. They're all so low that if they got too close, they would have been dived on and died. And that was with the Dragon Knight. So the All-Stars got very, very little value out of the Dragon Knight, and then was that three kills after it on the chase, as well as losing the siege camp. That was really rough fight.
I think one of the problems is the Stukov is a fantastic healer into Gul'dan and Tracer, who both do sustained damage. There's not a lot of burst damage on the side of Gul'dan, really, with his Fellflame quest. So Stukov can just heal it up, and with his mini ancestrals every 5 seconds now with targeted excision, that's a stupid amount of healing. And same with Tracer, that's like sustained auto attack damage. So they don't have the burst to deal with the Stukov. And the other problem is the Anubrak taking the Dragon Knight. Horrify goes out. There goes the burrow.
Here. Cocoon. Sailwater's in a tough position, but he lands a stun on 2 targets. He goes down.
No
it looks like Gul'dan is the next target.
He is body blocked.
He will go down.
And the Resurrect on the Kerrigan.
They don't have creep, so Chu is taking shots. And he narrowly escaped.
Oh my gosh, did Kerrigan even respawn with health? It looked like she was just dead after the respawn immediately.
They expected it, and they put out a lot of damage really quick, and they are definitely going to lose this fort. They're just going to back out.
Yeah, that is well played by... oh my gosh.
The Chromie skill shot.
Oh my gosh, that Oriole has basically 20
less than
health.
100 health.
This is the problem with Resurrect. You get 1 kill, you resurrect them, and then it just leads to another kill because the enemy sees where they're going to spawn and kills them. But
usually it's not in a good position because the enemy has already advanced further. So when they resurrect, they're already kind of in bad territory.
Yep. But at least they did have that Bruiser camp pushing. But Tracer, beautiful dodge on the Sandblast. But they're out for blood. Greymane goes in, and that is a Tracer kill.
TNT is getting really, really aggressive now.
This is 14 kills to 1. I mean, they have the team synergy. They have the comp for it. Stukov is a fantastic healer. I absolutely love him. If you don't play him, you should go out and try him. The thing is, you can do with his growing arm and his like mini ancestrals are just really absurd. Beautiful stall there by Trogdor. God, that
Oh,
cursed
he's
bullet.
going to pay for it. Cursed bullet and Greymane.
And that's an Oriole
And
dead too. That's a DK. At least Kerrigan did get bottom shrine, so not a DK yet. But front walls. This is gonna be level 20 to 17.
And Greymane even went Executioner, so that Chromie time lapse just adds to Greymane's already insane damage. And yeah, we do have a 20 versus 17 here, and this is going to be really, really hard for the All-Stars to come back from. They're much more of an early game comp, and they weren't really able to take advantage of that, and they're losing the team fights. Oh, Stukov. Tracer is on the Stukov, but he gets out,
Yeah,
and Tracer has to...
There she goes. She might be out. The
Oh
lurking arm,
no!
she's
Oh
dead.
no! She used her E. She used her E, and went back into the fray. I can't help but think that that was a bad idea.
That was rough. But this Chromie is just wrecking people.
He is making, or she is making Gul'dan's like night a living hell. In Oriole, like she is just landing her combos and dropping them.
And there goes beautiful time stop on Chromie to stop the Anubrak's burrow charge in there from eating the stun. He has to retreat. Spell shield is popped. They're looking for this keep.
If they aren't careful here, this could be game. If they get one more pick on a damage dealer, they've got nothing. And look, Chu is looking for it. Okay, they're going to play it safe. They're backing out a little bit.
They still have Sanctification up. They could
but the Oriole is going to go down.
That's it. That should be game. They can just Sanctification the core and everyone goes in. That should be game, especially with Holy Arena.
They're getting aggressive.
Chu's looking for it. I mean, that's an extra
He's starting
1 second. Dragon Knight pops. They should have damage here. Where's the Sanctification?
I think they're just focusing the core. There's the Sanct. There's Stukov's heal over times. They're all full health.
Beautiful 4-man impale. Flailing arm goes out. Flailing arm goes out. 20,
Wiping.
12,
That's it.
5, GG 0. Well played, TNT. On a killing spree with 19 kills to 2. Tracer didn't even need to feed into a tower.
Oh yeah.
That was a brutal execution right there. Alright, so we're going to get the second lobby set up. Well played to both teams. Let's see if... Got Gul'dan's 76k hero damage, but it did not matter. Alright, so let's see if the... All-Stars can give me their map choice. We will get game 2 ready to go real quick. I mean, that is... Okay, so Dragonshire is TNT's favorite map. Of course.
They played it well.
They sure did.
They struggled a little bit. I don't want to say struggled a little bit in the early game, but they were at a disadvantage, but they played it very smart, played very passive, just cleared the lanes when they could, stayed alive, and waited till they started getting their power spikes and were able to get their picks.
Oh, they just waited for those. I mean, the first 2 DKs overwent.
Yeah, but yeah, both the first 2 DKs. Actually, I think the majority of the Death Knights actually went to the All-Stars.
They did.
They had
indeed.
3 of them, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, so they had the first 2. The third DK was, I think, the one that won the game, considering 18 minutes.
Was it?
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the main problem with All-Stars was prioritizing mid so heavily with the first DK. So also, if you look at the lane set out in mid has a slightly wider concave from which the TNT could defend versus bottom. So it's easier to hit the DK. Like with the DK on bottom lane, you can hide in those bushes between the tower and the mercenary camp and take less damage from both of those towers while you take down the towers one at a time. So it helps conserve the DK health. So they really just... It was an inefficient push into mid lane, which is the least relevant lane on this map. And having the tank, Anubrak, as the DK prevented all of that peel and the follow-up stuns to get the damage. So it was just like the DK was their tank, which in a single tank strategy is not super great. I would have liked to see, honestly, the Tracer take the DK so that you can still have like the Anubrak getting the stuns, Kerrigan could go in, DK can follow it up.
and then the tracer can get out of the DK safely if it's too deep, or if they've kind of got to go for the fort or something like that and know it's going to die. Let's see.
All right, so our
That was
next
just
map is Cursed Hollow. Let's see what our boys are going to bring it back. I really want to see the shenanigans that Nexus Raiders All-Stars is going to bring to the table.
And let's see, are they going to change up the roster here a little bit? I know
Yeah,
there is quite a few people who are available to play. So we'll see how this changes up, who stays in, who steps out. I know I saw Dawnforged in chat. He is on my team as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he rotated in. Okay, but I see GGK is still playing. It looks like we've got the same team as last time
I need to
so
swap
far.
with Metal. Yeah, I would like to see them try something different.
Hey, maybe they don't have more people available. I thought I had seen some people in chat. You know, some people also may be sitting out. I know. Okay, so I see Dawnforged in their chat. There's also Guns for Hire as well. So maybe they'll rotate in on the next one or something like that.
Team 1 mid bands.
And actually, I have to run downstairs really quick. So, do I need to ready up for anything once we get this going, or
Nope,
will it start
nope,
without
yeah,
me?
it'll all be good without you. I have everything set up.
Okay, so
We're
talk
just
to yourself
waiting
for a
on-
minute, and I will
Yeah,
be right back.
I absolutely love talking to myself. Hi, chat. Sorry I can't read you right now because I only have 2 screens instead of 3 because I'm a pleb. But one of them is ginormous, so it makes up for it.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like Chu wanted to sub in Lisa Tees, but she got into a game because she'd rather not play with Chu because he's bad. Just kidding, love you, Chu. Tyrael didn't even feed that game. It was all Chromie dying twice. Just wanted to point that out. But yeah, well played by everyone. We'll see what they have. I would like to see a double tank or a heavier prioritization on the globals in this game for TNT. We'll just see if everyone is ready, and we will hop into game number 2. We have confirmation from one team, and we will see what we got here. Alright, Nick Ball. Alright, looks like we might have a roster swap. Murky Gaslow, I agree. Alright, so guys, let me know in chat who you think is going to win this game. I think, see, I don't know if this is a best of 3 or just a best of 5, or if we're just playing 3 games. Okay, this is a total of 3 games. Alright, so it doesn't actually matter who wins this game. There will be a guaranteed game 3, which is my favorite because I love casting for you guys. And I've not done it in a while because it feels bad, man. Alright, Dawnforged is in, subbing out for Syndrus. We had a lot of players who wanted to play on the Nexus Raiders All-Stars team. I wish I could play because honestly, you guys want to see best support NR, but I also have to cast, so you know, there's that. But I would much rather cast for you guys than feed because I'm bad. I died as like Stukov a couple of times and like maybe once or twice as Uther, and I'm pretty sure my team wouldn't want me to pick Brightwing first pick every game, even though Brightwing's the best hero in the game. And looks like we might be ready to go, so let's go ahead and hop into that game and see what we got. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's kick off this draft. On Cursed Hollow. Alright, so we now have, so this was map choice by the Nexus Raiders All-Stars, meaning TNT in the blue again will have first pick.
Okay.
All right, we are into the
I'm
game. First pick over to TNT, first ban over to TNT, map choice Cursed Hollow by NRA. What are we thinking here? Global prioritization, banning out the Dahaka, banning out the Chromie from Gary. Oh, is this a respect ban I see?
Oh, I can't see that yet, actually.
Oh, wait, you can't?
No. That's weird, because I'm behind the
Uh,
stream. Like, the stream is 6 seconds behind, and I see Chromie on it, but I don't see it on mine.
Weird, I'm pretty sure I set you as referee. Well, there might be you might have a surprise hover Chromie ban. Chromie
Well, I'm
actually...
only 6 seconds behind, so I should
Yeah.
be alright. I'll just watch the actual stream for now.
Yes, I mean, Chromie is an interesting ban here. You know, not a quote-unquote meta ban, which is fantastic. But that is definitely a target ban against GGK, and he will destroy you if you let him play Chromie on this map. So that's a good pickup by TNT. We'll see what the All-Stars follows it up with. The Stukov ban, yeah, get rid
So
of
fast.
that. That makes me
Yes,
sad,
they did
but
not like dealing with him.
thank you, Blizzard, for giving me a fantastic support this year. I absolutely love Stukov. Oh my god, he's not as good as Brightwing, but really, what is? But he's also really fun on this map because of his lurking arm and those choke points. So we'll see if TNT wants to go with the Dahaka. I know Commander 2 loves to play Illidan, so we might see an Illidan pick, probably not in the first slot, but they might go with like a Rhaegar or an Abathur to try and support him, focus on those globals.
That would be interesting to see. I feel like they probably would go something maybe a bit more typical, like maybe that picking the Abathur late or the Abathur and Illidan late. I think we might see some sort of global prioritization from them here. I don't know who would be the Dahaka player on their team. I guess maybe Lear.
There's the Dahaka.
And there's the Dahaka. Okay.
I was
If
gonna
somebody
say-
was a Dahaka player, it's the de facto on this map.
Yeah.
Race car Dahaka is absolutely
Oh my
insane.
Vroom vroom
And his global
NASCAR!
pressure. Yeah, his global pressure is just ridiculous.
Yeah, so what the stream didn't get to hear beforehand was, if anyone picks Samuro, I'm going to AFK mid lane and not talk for the rest of the game. So they're not going to pick Samuro. That was just an understanding, as I refuse to cast Samuro games because he's not fun. I love the Lear with, my Chromie was so good that my own team first banned it. Probably because he died twice, and his team had 2 deaths. So I'm pretty sure he's... When you're 100% of your team's deaths, you're pretty bad. That's the, we're gonna ban it so that you don't pick it strat.
Oh man, shots
So what do we
fired.
think the next year's All-Stars is gonna follow up this Dahaka with? They need a global to counteract, maybe a Falstad here.
A Malfurion? Okay.
That is surprising.
Yes, let's see. I was looking to
Murky!
see if somebody was in here. And a Murky.
Okay, this draft is perfect. I love it.
Okay. Do you
Murky.
think Nexus Raiders the All-Stars will
What?
go for an ABBA Murky comp?
Okay, so first off, they already screwed up the Cloud9 versus Team DK Murky comp by picking Malfurion.
Mhm.
But they picked Murky, which is amazing. Although the high prioritization on Malfurion is weird, because
It may be a comfort pick for whoever's playing support.
that's definitely true. But I mean, he's not a high enough prioritization that the enemy team would pick or ban it. So you could always pick that last pick, unless they're doing some weird Malf-based, like maybe Diablo for VP into the Twilight Dream combo. But it still seems very strange, or they just want to hide their draft.
And yeah, they may want to hide their draft. You also, let's see, I'm wondering who TNT is going to go with here. They really are open for a lot. Okay. And we have Hyro Spliffix on his infamous Vala.
Yeah, pretty sure you mean Zinxie. But yeah. Might as well
I
be the same.
actually, playing against him in some little skirmishes and things, I have said before or after the fact when I was playing a match, kill Hyro when I was playing against another Vala that was not Hyro.
He does in fact play a mean Vala, and he's gonna give Oriole that fat hope stacks.
If they do not, if All-Stars are not able to apply enough pressure onto that Vala, Hyro is just gonna rain damage over their team.
Yeah, especially with the Malfurions. So far solo healing. Velda does surprising amount of burst damage depending on how she's played, and Hyro can definitely do that burst damage.
The other thing I was gonna say about the All Stars draft is they may be going with the Murky as a weird pick, Malfurion as a comfort, but then also to, I guess, have more of a responsive draft.
Oh,
But
is this a Cho'Gall ban? Oh my god, this is like the most BM ban ever. Actually, the most BM ban ever I saw was in Hero League, where my teammate banned Cho mid-ban, and my opponent banned Gall mid-ban. It's like, oh, the heroes.
Actually, if United GGK and Dawnforge were both playing right now, that actually might be a little bit more of a respect ban.
Okay,
Are they
right.
both playing?
They are both playing. You are 100% right, because this is.
Oh,
because
so
neither of them have picked a hero. You're right.
That's another respect ban right there. I guarantee you, they are an absolute monster Cho'Gall.
Oh man.
Although they wouldn't have the Ariel, so I don't know if they were gonna try to pull it off.
I mean, Cho'Gall works fine into like a Malfurion with if you have a second support, Cho'Gall works beautifully.
Yes. So they could still.
Malf Morales, Malf Rhaegar. Malf Uther is okay into a Cho'Gall, but so they're basically just targeting GGK, like with the Chromie Cho'Gall ban, because it was Gall specifically, which is what GGK plays.
Yeah, I guess that is. I'm trying to think now, because it's Dawn GGK.
Yeah.
I think is what I usually see. I'm trying to picture it. I usually play
it is.
Ariel when they do that, and I don't pay attention to the names. I'm just trying to keep them alive and do as much as I can.
You just hit W all game. That's your job.
Yeah.
That's how it is with Cho'Gall.
So they have the Alarak variant. Interesting choice. And I can't help but think that if they were trying for something weird or a more reactive draft, the All-Stars that is, that they really played right into TNT's hands, because you've got like a brutal global with Dahaka, you've got Ariel and an insane damage dealer to feed her Hope, and you've only got to pick up another tank, and then you could really go anything for your last pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna probably be like a tank in either melee or second ranged, or like, yeah, because they have probably like a ranged damage dealer and a tank is what they'd have here, but
they really may go a tank and an Illidan here. I don't see. I mean, I don't see any other than Mouse Twilight Dream. Alarak has some soft CC with the silence, and Varian has his slow, but I don't see those as very anti-Illidan. Not anti enough for Chew not to pick him. ETC.
This is terrifying.
Oh. Okay, so possibly
terrifying.
You have another global with the ETC with stage dive.
Nah, man, dance party all the way.
I don't know.
Because like they're only okay, so they have. Okay, so you have to have an amazing Alarak or a perfect Twilight Dream to cancel the Mosh Pit.
This is true.
Because Twilight Dream has like basically half a range more than Mosh Pit, so you can cancel it, and then the Alarak is. But really, the Alarak's a melee, so he's going to be up in there, but.
Yes.
And especially if you
maybe
like
not right next to the
VP Mosh Pit. That's a thing. But,
but the one thing is that's weird is ETC has this weird I don't want to call it a bug, but it's something in his coding where we get another Tracer.
I think this is for Sparta. This has to be for Sparta's Tracer now.
Okay. The Alarak is probably going to be United GGK, and the Varian is Dawnforged.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't know who else is in this party to play the Malfurion and the Murky.
I forget. Trogdor is probably the Murky. And
that would make sense. Is Syndra still playing?
Syndra subbed out for Dawnforged.
Okay.
So I forget who the. I guess we're gonna find out here. Sailwater. How can I forget? I'm sorry, Sailwater. I'm bad.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. So whose draft do you think wins us the game here now?
I gotta go with TNT again. I mean, it's just a very standard, incredibly deadly draft with a lot of CC, a lot of damage, and good heals.
Well, I believe in the power of Murky. Murky Tracer is the best combo in the game that no one's discovered yet. So I'm going with the Nexus Raiders All-Stars.
Okay. Okay.
So
One
yeah,
thing
it's fun.
One thing that I was going to point out about the ETC is he has a very weird thing where not every other patch, but it's very frequently that when he power slides into a VP, some patches he slides through after, and some he does not.
Yep.
So VP Mosh does not always work.
I was going to point that out, and I'm glad you did. We will see if this is one of those patches if we get the Mosh Pit. But in the blue, from TNT, we have Commander Chu on the Zeratul, Metal on the Oriole, Hyrospliffix, of course, on his Vala, Nick Ball on the ETC, and Lear playing that Dahaka.
And on the All-Stars side, we have United GGK on the Alarak, Dawn Forged on the Varian, Sailwater will be playing the Malfurion, and AI is currently playing Tracer.
Tracer bot, best bot.
And we have Trogdor on the Murky.
Yes, I almost except for forgetting about Sailwater, but mostly because he changed his name. We called the draft perfectly. Dawn Forge Varied, GGK on the Alarak, Trogdor on the Murky, and Force Part on the Tracer. I love it when you can call who's playing what.
Okay, and also, is this a best of 3 or a best of 5 series?
This is neither. This is just they're going to play 3 games for an exhibition match. So we are guaranteed to have 3 games of Heroes of the Storm, regardless of who wins this match.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. So it will only be 3 games.
And this is kind of like a little pre-thing. Will the actual tournament start next weekend?
Yeah, that's supposedly, yeah. So far we have this is the exhibition match for the season 5 tournament, I believe, which so far we only have 5 teams registered. We would like to have 8 or 16. There's plenty of time to register a team. There should have been an email that everyone received if you want to play on a team, with some information to help me put you on a team, since I know there was a lot of interest in joining a team, but no one was really making teams, so I volunteered to make teams for everyone. I only got 7 responses, which is less than I hoped for. So if you want a team, email me, respond to that, or just email me and tell me you want a team. Give me some info, what you play, who you are, whatever. I'd like to put together at least 3 or 4 more teams before next weekend if possible. Or if you have a team that you want to play with, just go to Nexus Raiders website, register your team, and we'll be able to join up in that tournament. And
I know there are a couple of teams looking for people, I believe. I know the other 7 is, if I recall correctly. And I'm not sure who else might be looking for a team.
Yeah, I mean, what I ended up doing since I had the 6 or 7 responses was just shoving all those players on other 7. So other 7 should have a full roster now, which I think gives us 6 teams.
Oh, they do.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we want 8 or ideally 16. All right, Nick is back. Tracer bot OP. And here we go back into the game. So that is the 2 teams. Murky is already posting up in the bot lane. Force Part is back, and Hyro showing his great Bala. And the B steps. The B steps have started. Power slide. Beautiful recall. Might get out. Does escape.
Force Sparta barely escaped. Ooh.
Not even close.
In a little bit of trouble, but easily blinks out. No problem there.
We'll have to tap. I'm still not... Okay, so it's going to be Alarak and the other solo lane against the Dahaka.
I really thought they were going to send Tracer up there to solo lane again.
That would be a mistake. But, who is TNT going to send against Murky? It's got to be the Zeratul?
Yeah, I mean, this might be a good game to go gathering power. I believe that's still the name of his talent. I'm actually not sure.
He still has that, man. I should have looked at the patch notes. Not bad. I thought they got rid of that a while ago.
Oh, no, they changed it.
Combo slash.
Yeah, combo slash is generally the way to go, but if you have like
Okay,
Vikings or
so
Murky, it's
it
the
is the
only time
Tracer.
it's even remotely viable.
It is the
In the
Tracer solo
Tracer
lane.
versus
Tracer
Dahaka.
versus Dahaka. So this is, I guess, Alarak is going for, I don't actually know this talent. I'm really terrible, guys. I'm sorry. Basic abilities recharge 20% faster while above 80% health. I don't know if
Okay.
I've ever seen that talent picked, but Tracer gets wrecked by the ETC Dahaka gank, and the B-steps. Perfect.
Ooh, that's rough.
We gotta have more sprays instead of just B-steps. Come on, guys. Get your VM together. And Commander Chu is losing to the Murky. He is almost out of health and mana. Oh, Murky dies!
Okay. Murky dies, but Chu is low, and that's not the greatest use of Zeratul. Yes, it is good to get the kills, but Murky loses out.
We have another pause here.
Oh, Calvin lagged out. Okay. I guess I missed that.
Who is he even playing? Oh, okay, he's still there. He's just
He's
lagging.
on the Zeratul bottom.
Alright, so apparently West Coast server is still bad. Oh, dodging? Dodging? Okay. So we'll keep an eye on the Murky versus Zeratul. Tracer, I think, will have... As long as Tracer dodges the tongues, should be able to win this lane. Not actually being able to clear, but just poking the Dahaka out of lane, eating up all of his essence.
And earn my favor.
Neither team opted to go for the Siege Giants here, so it depends if Murky is gonna... Okay, so Murky is gonna stay, which forces Zeratul to stay and soak this lane. Although he is gonna have to Hearth, so this Tribute is gonna be a 4v4. And they're looking for a Tracer gank, doesn't get it. Beautiful blink there by the Tracer.
And I guess neither one of them grabbed the siege camps at this point, or the bruisers. But neither team really has a very good, solo camper, and it's kind of tricky for them to continue to soak lanes and only send one person. They can't really send one person to the camp, and they can't miss out on the soak in the lanes. Oh,
true.
the three-man
almost...
silence there.
That was amazing. So if this fight goes on, TNT has the advantage in this fight with Oriole, who doesn't need any mana to heal, and can just instantly pop those full hope bars. Level 5, that's going to be about 800 points. Murky does kill the Zeratul. And the Vala dead. ETC goes in for the stun before Sparta. Doesn't get the kill, but they are going to have to back out.
United GGK is just destroying on this Alarak. I would like to point out that Alarak he picked up the level 4 quest for his Discord strike, and
brutal.
he hit 3 people almost immediately after picking up the quest and gained all of his previous rewards for that. So his Discord strike is already devastating.
Beautiful tongue there from Liron to Trogdor's Murky. But that is 3 kills to 1 already. Half a level lead for All-Stars. They have picked up level 7. This is already a much different game than what we saw earlier. And here's the Alarak Tracer bullying the Zeratul Oriole. So it looks like Metal... I guess we have Metal at Oriole instead of All-Stars. But this is Oriole in 2 games right now. No Uther at all. No Rhaegar.
Uther's recent little rework
he's totally fine. He's actually fair and balanced now, which is great. I love it. He's still definitely a solo support, definitely first pick material.
The armor reduction, but also he still has that same weakness that he struggles. Oh, and they grabbed the second tribute as well.
Yeah, Zeratul and Tracer
did
died
not
to
rotate
each other,
in
it
time.
looks like. Yep, so that is 2 tributes going over. This Murky is actually causing a ton of problems. And Murky gets
he interrupts the Leers. Oh, wow.
They have just so much damage on the side of All-Stars. Like, the Alarak into Tracer Varian, like, with the Varian slows into the Alarak combo, we did Tracer just murdering everyone.
And I would like to point out that Dawnforged, most of the time when I play with him, we have what we call the Bloodbath comp, which is actually ETC and Varian, and he goes Colossal Smash. So I'm actually going to be very interested if he doesn't go Taunt and he goes Colossal Smash versus this team, and they just try to blow up the first target that's in range. They're doing a pretty good job of focusing the Vala down.
Yeah, and that would be fantastic with the Colossus Smash coupled with the Tracer's Pulse Bomb, and the Alarak is just going to delete any hero in the game almost. Or at least any hero in this game. It's just you pick someone, they die. And Dawnforge is doing a fantastic job of hiding in bushes, waiting for targets to show up. And Malfurion's going for the wave clear build, which is interesting. Although that's not the typical level 7 that I would pick. With the slow, the slows is very good against Zeratul, so that's fantastic actually. Instead of the Lunar Shower, which does increasing Moonfire damage. But TNT does get it. No curse point. Both teams will be on 10 for the next one. Power slide in, or out. Tracers on the chase. Face mount back. Pulse bomb goes out. Zeratul blinks.
Chu is in trouble. He lives though.
Well played.
Okay.
Almost dies.
For Sparta is really. They couldn't quite get to him.
Beautiful team fight with nobody got. That was like, I thought for sure Tracer and Zeratul were both dead, but they're going back in.
They both escaped with probably less than 100 health.
Oh, easily.
I'd like to point out that just because I am a very avid ETC player, Nick Ball actually went prog rock, and we're only 7 minutes into the match, and he already has 12 of his globes.
That's impressive.
That combined with Ariel's AoE heals being kind of grouped and nearby. Now Alarak will punish that a bit, but that is going to be very powerful when he completes that quest. He does go Mosh Pit as well. And we have a tribute spawning 10 versus 10.
But we do see the taunt, not the C-Smash. But we're going to have a Void Prison Mosh Pit. Oh, the Twilight Dream goes out. Beautiful Aegis there, catching the Zeratul. Void Prison goes out, that's 4. That's just going to be 4 to retreat.
And
I think
Tahir is going to be in trouble here. They may go for the tribute, but he was okay. They didn't get very aggressive. They kind of played it safe. Few went to GGK went to the tribute, and the rest of them. Okay, so we have an early curse here.
Yeah,
Zeratul being dead for a couple more seconds. Let's see how much they can actually gain for this. Now, Dawnforge did go taunt. ETC is in trouble. He is really low.
This we'll be able to see how the power slide interacts with Void Prison on this patch. In this game,
yes, we will.
Missed the combo there. Tracer bullying up that top fort. Murky taking down Dahaka bottom.
Yes, Murky without the pressure of the fort is just...
charge in. Oriel, beautiful combo. Oriel stays alive with the full heal. Taunt on the Vala, vaulting out, gets the heal. Everyone stays alive. Oh, that is Murky dies. That's fine. Murky does that.
It's almost hard to tell who's winning this 3v3 mid. It's like one team is low and then they get healed up and they come back in, and the other one gets low, and they just kind of trade back and forth.
So far, just one fort out of an early curse. That is a full level lead. This is going to be 13 going into the next tribute. What All-Stars could do here, since TNT's only on one tribute, is they could go for one or two
they're getting
bosses.
aggressive. They're going for TNT's boss here.
Yup, the double boss play. Or they're just going to try and take down the Dahaka and get this fort. That's what it looks like they're posturing for. But they honestly could go double boss in tribute. Then they go Ox Grab down.
They're
down,
and the charge in the silence.
Beautiful combo.
Oh. Now they've got 24 seconds with Dahaka dead. They could take this boss easily. Oh no. That was so much anti-synergy. They Aegis right before Mosh Pit went off.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh no.
That hurts, especially when you're on comms too. I've had that happen before, and it just feels so bad because although Mosh Pit was it went on a 10-second cooldown. Not 120.
Yes, it does not. It does not fully reset, and actually, that might not be. I mean, they did die, so that is unfortunate. But Malfurion also wasted Twilight Dream there.
Right. So that
cooldown is completely off.
Oh my God! Deadly Charge. Vala and Zeratul are both deleted.
God.
Oriel is not long for this world either. This is like a totally different All-Stars team than we saw in Game 1.
They are playing very similar to TNT, and they are just getting very aggressive. And we've got Murky solo and boss over here right now. Oh, he is not going to make it. It looked like he was trying to start the boss and stall. Well, it did not get leashed, so it did not heal up completely.
The very little damage that Murky did. So we should be having a tribute spawn here. but this will be beautiful. So, All-Stars will get this boss. Tribute will spawn. They could go Tribute into second boss, and then TNT is going to have to respond to the boss. So that's going to be a potential curse point again for Nexus Raiders All-Stars, with 16 going into the next curse.
And TNT, they're really looking at trying to get aggressive here because they need to take some sort of fight before All-Stars hit 16, which they're probably going to get it with this minion wave and this mid fort. So this is going to be a very tough tribute for them.
Yep, this is. I mean, honestly, they should just give it up. They have to give this up. There's nothing they can do. 3 levels down. There's.
The only thing is, at some point, TNT is going to have to take a fight, and it's not looking like it's going to be on an even talent tier.
Yeah. Now Dahaka, I think, is. I mean, he's doing what he can to get the soak. There goes the pulse bomb. Good burrow.
Okay.
Deadly charge is going to come in. Bam.
Oh,
That's
and the
God,
Dahaka
that's
goes
silence.
down.
GGK.
Ariel was silenced as well, too.
GGK's Alarak is disgusting.
Yes. Yeah, we may see a ban on this on the next map.
Nice shoe, you killed a fish. Like, they honestly, the problem with TNT's, okay, so they have the, I think I would have liked to see ETC go for more of a split push, and have Dahaka versus Murky, and then ETC in the other solo lane, and have stage dive in, because there are just so many cancels. Because Murky's unstoppable with with Octograb into the Octograb, so he can get the stun off there. Alarak can get the stun. Malfurion can get the stun. There's not a lot of good mosh pit targets, but
yes, and this is a great map for stage dive as well, because you can get the split soak, hang out for a little while, watch the mini map, and just jump in on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can completely turn the tide of a fight, especially because once you stage dive, you have your slide and your knockback. So you stage dive, they're slowed, slide, knockback. It usually causes panic, and the team kind of reacts weirdly, and you can usually kind of isolate a target. It's just right now they are not. I mean, Varian is not the beefiest of solo tanks. He does have a lot with his parry, but All-Stars are a very squishy team, but they're just punishing TNT here.
And we have Tracer on All-Stars talking into all chat with clearing top. I don't think he's on comms and always forgets what allied chat is. That's okay though. Maybe he's just baiting the enemy team. But here we go. 15 to 17. TNT needs to get 16. Like, they need to be. Dahaka needs to be bottom lane or top lane. ETC.
He looks like he's headed there, but he also looks like he's not using his burrow.
Zeratul
he's just trying
to be in the side lane. Like, they just need to get 16 before this next tribute, or they're gonna have to eat second curse, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna be a freaky.
Yeah, and I almost feel like rather than eating second curse, you've got to try to take a fight, a talent tier, look for a pick or something.
Like right here, they have no one soaking top lane. That could be Zeratul top lane, Dahaka bot lane, instead of grouping as 5. But here we go. Void Prison goes out. Aegis is on the ETC. Zeratul is gonna get wrecked. Beautiful blink action.
The slide does finish.
The mosh pit hits
the
too.
Slide does finish.
They get the Tracer.
Okay.
Twilight takes down Vala and Zeratul. That's all their damage.
And Alarak is in trouble up here. Oh, nope, never mind. It's Dahaka that was in trouble versus the Alarak. And that is just, that hurts right there. That was, and I said that they need to look for a fight, possibly.
They did find it. It just
All-Stars was looking for that fight, and they started it on their terms.
Yeah.
Even though the VP opener kind of delayed and gave them some opportunity to kind of readjust and figure out the situation.
Yeah.
This is not looking good for them.
Yeah, TNT did get 16, but it was after the end of that fight, not in the fight. That was a brutal fight for them to take. They did lose 3 heroes. That 16 kills to 4 in favor of the All-Stars. A second curse going over to the All-Stars. This should be a double key play with Varian mid, Murky bottom, Siege Camp bottom. They do get the volatile. Oh, the Moonfire over the wall. Well played, Sailwater.
That is really brutal, and they don't even have the Tracer right now.
Nope,
so,
they might even lose top keep to this minion wave if they get that second stack.
That is a very, very large minion wave with a lot of archers,
I
actually.
mean,
Not even knights. That is all archers.
and
So
this
they are going to
is.
do a lot of damage.
Oh my god, this Alarak. Like, I just saw Zeratul health bar go from like 100 to 25% with one
Oh,
combo.
God. And ETC is not going to live through this either.
Nope.
There we go.
And this
There's
is.
so much damage from that Discord
And
strike.
that is a dead Oriole. This is 4 levels
Oh, my
down.
God. This is. Yes.
Triple keep.
That's
GG.
game.
Well played.
And All Stars did not lose even a cannon tower. The top one was at maybe 10%.
That was
They did
almost a
not
perfect
lose
game.
a
Almost.
structure other than a gate.
That
That-
was an
They
incredible game.
really turned that around.
Well played, both
I
teams.
I
And-
severely underestimated that comp.
Oh yeah,
um,
that comp was brutal.
A lot of that is the Alarak. I mean, look at that, almost 62k damage from Alarak. The next closest was just under 35k.
Wow.
7 killing blows, no deaths.
That is
I
impressive.
couldn't see which of his quests he completed. Oh, he only went one quest. Oh yeah, that was
Alright, so far, TNT picked map 1 and won game 1. All Stars picked map 2 and won map 2. TNT is picking map 3. So, did they get to win game 3, or are we going to have them in an upset? I mean, not an upset, but I guess upset the 2-game trend that we have.
well, this turned out to be a best of 3, even though it was going to be 3 matches regardless.
That
We're
is
1
true.
to 1 here.
We are now playing a best of 3. So we shall
And,
see what we got here. I mean, if this is an Alarak map that pulls up next, they have to either pick a not Alarak map or they have to ban out the Alarak. Because
Yes.
that was absolutely absurd.
And the other problem is if, say, it's, I know another favorite among a lot of people, and me personally, is Tomb of the Spider Queen. If that map gets picked, that is an insane Chromie map. So you're running into the problem of, you know, yes, you may take 2 heroes from United GGK. He will be strong on another one regardless. But you're also not wasting 2 bans, but you're having to give 2 very specific respect bans, which allows the All-Stars to give a lot more freedom. Do we know what map it is yet?
We have an Infernal Shrines.
Oh, okay. So this should be interesting. I'm kind of curious as to which way each team is going to go. I have not seen an invite yet. Have you posted it?
Yep,
Okay,
I just
there we
got the
go.
lobby
Just
set
now.
up. Oh, that was instant. Make observer. No one. I wanted specifically TNT to join only, but that's fine. Got this. Nick Ball, Sailwater, Metal. We'll put over there.
Let's see who else we might be getting into this match. It looks like everybody else is the same in the chat, so we may be dealing with the same team. We may have another substitution. Yeah, that last map, the Alarak versus the Dahaka in team fights was just, I mean, couldn't use his abilities, couldn't burrow. Just those silences were devastating for the Dahaka, and that usually turned the fights.
That's exactly right. Alright, let's just pop into this lobby. Alright, looks like everyone is ready for our 3rd game on Infernal Shrines. I requested that the teams draft more meme heroes. I want to see some, I don't even know what I want for memes, but you know, lava waves, massive shoves.
Should we possibly see if they're okay for a 4th match after this, where me and you pick the teams based on the lowest win rate heroes?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
I'm going to be here, but I'm going to mute my mic for just 1 second. I'll be back.
Alright, let's see. Chu is ready. Let's see if NRA is ready. I'm just gonna call them NRA because that's a great team name. Alright, let's hop into this game on Infernal Shrines. John Cena's coming to play. I do need to get that that video clip of, you know, John Cena music just to play on. Exactly. Just to play on this this map in particular. So we have TNT again in the left, in the blue, and Nexus Raiders All-Stars in red on the right with first pick going into our third and final game. Will TNT or NRA, who are both 1-1, be able to bring it and take the series? And we're going to have the Stukov ban starting things off. That's good. Stukov is fantastic on this map. I absolutely love playing him. I love playing him on most maps, though, to be fair, so that's kind of biased. But this, in particular, with his lurking arm, you can really zone your enemies away from that shrine. Make it so they
And
can't
it
do a
looks
whole lot
like
of
we got an
channeling.
incoming Alarak respect ban.
As they should, considering Alarak was basically the MVP of last game. Just
Yes.
the stuff that he did was like, it hurt. It absolutely hurt.
Yes, that Discord strike was devastating. I still can't believe. I mean, as soon as he picked the talent, he hit 3 heroes at once, completed his
Oh my
all of his
gosh.
quests,
And he was
and
chunking people.
yes,
It was just like, he was just doing 75% of like Zeratul and ETC's health bar just instantly.
yes.
And there
I mean,
is the
even a good
Alarak
chunk
ban.
of Dahaka's, like Dahaka was above 50%.
Oh,
He'd
yeah.
land his combo, and Dahaka would take 2 auto attacks from anyone
And just die. And
and
Dahaka
die.
even has
Yeah.
like 3 health bars, and Alarak's like, nope, you now have 0 health bars because I silenced you and you're dead. Goodbye.
Well, now, okay, if Sailwater is in this match,
He is.
I know he's an avid Kerrigan player. Oh, and they go with the Chromie. I was going to say, this is not Chromie's best map, but it's still a
Dude.
decent one for her.
Every map is
So,
Scary's map. He loves Chromie. So we'll
I
see. Yeah,
would not be
Sailwater's
surprised.
Kerrigan. I would be interested to see how Kerrigan plays on this map with her changes, because now her Q can't one-shot the minions on Infernal Shrines until I think level 9 or 10, if I did the math right, instead of level 7. So it's a huge delay in her power spike on this map for being able to solo clear the shrines.
But at the same time, those shrines early on are, I mean, the punishers that come from the shrines are very weak early on.
Exactly.
Some teams just completely elect to ignore it and push lanes. Now they usually have strong solo laners like Sylvanas or Zul, or not solo laners, but strong pushers that, you know, they just kind of delay the tribute or the shrine as long as possible and push hard. Okay, so we have a gray main
It's
Uther.
Uther time. Heck yeah, Uther's good.
And I almost wouldn't be surprised to see almost a little bit of a respect draft for the rest. That early pick on Chromie could prove to be a problem for them if they go a very dive-heavy comp. So they may just play a kill Chromie strategy here.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the Greymane, I mean, the Divine Shield on Greymane is a great start for that. They could definitely follow that up with almost any dive tank, any other, and then like a ranged poke. But here we go with the Lunara. Oh, they're just gonna. Oh, that's
okay.
Gonna be,
will we see an Ariel picked up here? Will they go the Lunara Ariel?
Ariel into Chromie is really tough to play because if you drop the Aegis to protect Chromie damage, it gives Chromie a very nice, easy thing to aim at that is almost not worth it. So I do not like the Oriole into this team.
I don't like Lunara that much without the Ariel support.
Oh yeah, I was totally wrong on which side had
guess.
Chromie. I'm not even paying attention. Oriole's great on the team that has the Chromie. Herpaderp. I don't know how to speak. Here we go, Tyrande. This is the problem when I'm drafting on a second screen.
There we go.
So, yeah, the Oriole ban. I do like that. Lunara into Uther is fantastic. He has a hard time dealing with her poke. Same with
really
the Chromie.
does.
He's a great anti-burst healer, but like with the long range poke of just the damage coming out from All-Stars team, that is a crazy amount of damage. So I would not be surprised to see double support or even a Tassadar here. And the Oriole ban
that is true. The only problem with the Tassadar in this double support scenario is just that he doesn't have a good target really for his shields. The Ariel is ideal, but it's not going to make it at this point.
Right. That's going to be 100% banned out.
Yeah, they're just holding on and discussing the rest of their strategies at this point. But I do like the fact that they picked the Lunara to counter that Uther almost immediately,
Yeah, and
because
that's going to be
Lunara is
probably
literally Uther's worst nightmare.
Oh yeah, and that's going to be
so much
Sparta.
damage.
Yeah, 4 Sparta on the Lunara. GGK on the Chromie, so we're looking for Dawnforged and Trogdor potentially with Sailwater on the Tyrande. Oh god, Sailwater's Tyrande was absurd from when I've seen it before. That's going to be nuts. Tyranda's basically...
Tyranda's gotten some recent changes as well.
Yeah, she's basically a 3rd ranged assassin at this point. Like,
I like that Anu
ninja
Barak
assassin.
ban there. He is one of the... He's anti-chromie. He has the dive necessary to get to the back line. So I feel like that's a very smart protective ban. He is one of the most dangerous tanks for All-Stars team.
Exactly, and the dive to go with the Greymane, because Greymane really needs like a
Yes.
frontline dive tank to enable him to go in on the Chromie Lunara and get those kills. So now they're looking at probably like what, a Muradin or maybe even an Arthas or a Diablo, who are less dive tanky but still great tanks for the Greymane.
Yes, but the only thing is that Arthas is going to be really susceptible to the poke. And you're going to have Tyrande being able to mark him easily, so I feel like they're going to need a tank with a little bit more mobility than Arthas, especially since Arthas specializes in anti-melee, and they take the Kerrigan. This is interesting. Kerrigan Tyrael, so they have a lot of... at post 10, they have a lot of shielding and invulnerabilities.
Yeah, so they're just going for the this could be a Divine Shield Kerrigan with the Sanctification follow-up. So they're just going to try and protect the Kerrigan while she clears the shrine. And if you get a good combo off with the Kerrigan, I mean, Uther could even set it up with his Hammer of Justice into the Kerrigan combo, and that's just going to be a dead squishy.
Yeah. All-Stars really needs a beefier tank here, like possibly a Muradin, and then as far as they need another support other than Tyrande.
Oh yeah.
I really don't know.
It has to be
Malfurion wouldn't be bad for
has,
extra roots and CCs.
I mean, that's not great into the burst. I mean, it's got to be like Karazim or Rhaegar to be those are the only 2 burst supports left that can deal with the Kerrigan combo and the Greymane. Varian.
They go the Varian Arthas, so they're going solo support. Okay, so they went super beefy backline and super super beefy frontline and super damage dealing backline.
This is wow.
I don't really know where to go from here for TNT. I mean, another tank would be good, but maybe they need another support.
I would like to see another tank over another support, because the Uther's going to be reasonably okay into the Lunara.
The only problem is that TNT is going to lose this poke war so bad.
Yeah, I mean, they either need to just...
And that's where Uther's really going to struggle.
Yeah, they're going to need to take another tank and just take these fights immediately, because Tyrande has, like, no healing whatsoever, basically, and just pick one of the backlines and blow them up. Or pick another...
You've also got Arthas for the roots and slows and the peel.
Or pick
Tyrande stuns.
Muradin, okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have to be either like a frontline or a Rhaegar. Well, this was definitely a surprising draft. We will see if the solo support solo support Tyrande... I can't even speak today. Blah. Solo support Tyrande is enough with a double frontline, double backline to take down the comp of TNT. What do you think, Sundown?
I've sided against the All-Stars all night, and I'm going to have to side with them on this one.
Yeah, this is actually tough.
Because Tyrande is not the best support, especially a solo, obviously. But Uther versus this comp is almost as terrible, in my opinion. Yes, you're going to have the Divine Shields, but the bleeds and the burst are just going to be insane, and I don't see them... I mean, even if Kerrigan's Divine Shield, I just don't see them getting to the back line, and if she does, when Divine Shield expires, she's dead.
Yeah.
The poke war is not going to work out for them, so they're going to struggle to win these shrines. Chromie is just going to hang back and chunk. Lunara's just going to poke, poke, poke. Arthas is going to be using his AoE, and you know, you've got Varian for, I mean, he could do almost anything. I'm willing to bet, since he's got another tank this time, he's going to go Colossal Smash.
Oh, yeah. I might even see Syndra. Syndra C-Smash. Let's go.
Yeah.
You're saying that, I'm going to go with TNT on this one, just because they have an actual support, but we'll see. In blue on the left, we have Tilt Not Tilted with Hyrospliffix on the Greymane, Commander Chu again on his Tyrael, Lear on the Kerrigan, Metal on the Uther, and Nick Ball on Muradin.
And that the Tyranda's Mark, as well as Colossal Smash.
Oh my god.
I don't even think a Muradin could survive that with this comp for very long.
That's just going to delete. This is the old, the Tyrande meta coming back in. Just going to delete people.
And the thing that they did, the one thing that I'm noticing, other than Arthas and Lunara, All-Stars are going to struggle with wave clear. But so is TNT. I mean, Greymane and Tyrael is pretty much their best wave clear, which Greymane is good, but it's really, I feel like it's going to come down to the team fights here, because neither team is going to be able to push and continue to really apply that pressure otherwise.
Yeah, we're going to have Tyrael versus Lunara in the solo lane, so Lunara should win that eventually. And Tyranda's going for the... There's a combo.
Tyrande is in trouble here. Oh, okay. Oh, the Greymane got her, but he's going to pay for it, and the Muradin is low. He needs to... Oh.
He has his second...
Oh, no. He almost paid for that peel.
Wow.
So we got a 1-for-1 trade.
And Lunara is bullying Tyrael out of that lane. Lunara is actually an okay solo laner, as long as she's fighting a not good solo laner.
Which has been the story of tonight.
Dude,
we've had some very unlikely wins in the solo lane game. So
yeah, Tracer versus they just have ranged heroes versus Tyrael. That's how you beat Tyrael. Just put a ranged hero up there.
All right, so we've got the first shrine activating. It
Kerrigan
looks like so
really
far Lunara is ignoring it. Oh, nope, she was just getting a little bit of poke on the tower.
Yep, she's a little slow to get down here. Kerrigan really wants level 4 to be able to do this quickly.
Tyrande eyed the situation. Chu is already below 50%, and this is... Oh, Muradin's in trouble, but they've got the Tyrande again.
Combo, she is dead. That's their support dead.
Chu and Nick Ball are both really low. Dawn Forge was trying to
Muradin.
finish him off, but didn't. Oh.
God, they're all so low. Uther needs to get a nice W out there, heal them all up. Oh my gosh.
Chromie is just chunking. Oh, Lunara is getting aggressive, but she doesn't have any mana.
Yep,
Alright, so they're up 7-5, but they've forced them out of this now.
I guess you don't need a support when your enemy just takes so much damage they can't fight you anymore.
And they're getting that first kill, but in getting that first kill, by the time they do, it's over and done with. Oh my god, the epic Kerrigan combo, and Lunara's gonna fall here too.
Beautifully
They're all
TNT.
so low, but just incredibly well executed there.
Yeah, that is now. It's interesting that Tyrande went for the cooldown, the increased cooldown reduction on healing, rather than the cleansing of stuns. I mean, with the Hammer of Justice, Stormbolt, and the Kerrigan combo, cleansing of stuns into a free heal would really be a nice bonus. But that's the first Punisher going over to TNT, level 5 into level 4. And we're going to have Tyrande and Chromie with the defense and the Varian as well. He should be taking
Lunara's coming in as well. This Punisher is going to go down so fast. I mean, this is almost as bad, if not worse, than trying to siege into a hammer. They have so much damage. They're looking for it.
Luckily,
that Chromie is about to start punishing it. Oh, nope, okay, so it looks like they're backing up.
Varian took the combo and had the parry up to block that. Lunara gets caught, does take a Stormbolt to the face, just to help those perfect storm stacks. Defeated just with 2 walls down. And the Arthas versus the Tyrael in the solo lane.
Alright, so we're stacking up some quest talents here. It looks like Uther went for Wave of Light, and he is about halfway through that one.
Already? That's really quick.
Yes.
Jeez.
It doesn't take much because those bleeds, each time they tick, they count towards it. So
Well, I mean, you need to throw every time he throws out W. The Q quest is the one that counts.
oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Oh,
yeah.
wait. Okay. Yeah, I mixed those two
Yeah,
up.
so
That's
he's
my
basically
bad.
he's basically just throwing out his Wave of Lights off, or his Holy Radiance off cooldown to get those W stacks.
Which he's got to do anyway with the Lunara.
Yeah, he really
You
has
got to
no
keep
choice.
that on
He's gotta-
cooldown, otherwise you're gonna suffer.
Yep, there's Commander Chu hanging out behind his walls. There's been no B steps this game. This game is for serious because winner gets all of the marbles, loser gets none of the marbles.
Okay, so Chu did a little bit of a bluff there. He kind of started to charge in towards him, and the Arthas and Lunara kind of panicked for a second and thought a rotation might be coming in on him, but now they've stopped and started pushing forward again. So TNT is missing out on the soak mid lane right now. I guess there's not any. Yeah, they cleared that and passed it. I missed that.
It's smart from the All-Stars knowing that they're losing the wave clear race. So instead of having the rotation, they're just going to have 2 up top to win that, and then have Chromie to clear out mid, and then everyone else to clear out bottom. And here we go.
And now they've pushed the top lane in, and that's where the shrine is.
This Arthas is out of position.
Chu is getting aggressive, and the Arthas and the Lunara are going to get punished. Oh.
The Lunara gets deleted. Arthas is not long for this world either. Beautifully played. 2 kills. This is going to be another shrine going over to TNT.
Yes, they're just going to have to give it up, and the thing is, they grab their bruiser camp. It looks like Chromie's going to get some poke, but if they grab their bruiser camp, it's going to get destroyed immediately, so there's really not a whole lot they can do right now.
What I wanted to see them do was...
They get...
they don't get the murder! That armor from Uther saved him. What I really wanted to see them do, honestly, was just give up the shrine since you lost it, just take the bottom 3 siege camps and take down mid fort and maybe bottom fort.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is, like, you're going to lose the Punisher, and losing it 39, losing it 40 to anything is pointless. It's like you just wasted your time. But they are going to try and push in here before TNT gets 10. See if they can push them off the shrine.
That Chromie poke is just devastating. And it's like they're focused on the objective. So they're gonna, if they really want to...
There's another combo.
Lunara's down, but the Chromie is chunking people. Murden is almost dead. Greymane's definitely going to go down here. I don't see any...
The Uther heals and the Looter player missing.
Oh my god.
Beautiful play to Uther.
They're all so low.
Uther took that Sandblast so that Greymane could get out of there alive and go tap the well. Oh, he doesn't have the well, so he has to heal. Okay, so 34-9.
It looks like they're going to... They may not be giving it up, but they're going to soak other lanes, and they may try to ninja it at the end. I'm not really sure what they're planning on doing here.
I think they're just
trying to get 10.
Yeah, get 10 and just go back in and force. They have enough space. They should be able to do it.
If they're not fast enough, though, this is getting close here.
Yeah,
I mean Greymane's going to come in with the cocktails and stuff. Okay, yep, they're gonna be able to get this here, but
39, 39, 40.
There
it goes.
And the Chromie is caught out. But Kerrigan died as well. There's the Sanct burnt.
And Trogdor does...
He will make it out, and they tap, and they're going to bait this over the wall.
That was
and Murden jumps over to kill the Trogdor. Oh, Hyro's in trouble, though. Okay, they don't have enough to really pursue that. And it looks like they're probably going to get a fort out of this easy.
God, they got a full level out of that,
Not
too.
easy,
level 11
but...
to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Solo Heal Tyrande is not super great into a, like, triple stun comp.
No, and you've really got to, like, you've got to land stuns, or you're going to have a bad time.
Leaping Strike goes out. Lunara is going to get wrecked by that. Yeah, that was very bold. Bold move, Lunara.
Guess what we got from Varian? Oh, and there's the B-steps from Nick.
There's the Colossus Smash. Oh, we do have Army of the Dead, not Sindragosa. So everything is standard except for the Colossus Smash and the Starfall actually on Tyrande instead of... So I guess they're going Starfall to try and drop it down
extra
over
zoning.
over the Punisher arena and get some more defender kills and zone everyone else out rather than the Shadow Stalk. So
all right, and
All-Stars needs to find level 13 here.
Yes, and it's going to be tricky. They're probably, I would imagine that TNT is going to have 13 before this next shrine
yeah.
phase. But
Not a question. But this is like these games have been reversed. Like game 1, TNT was just dominating in terms of kills. Game 2,
yes.
All Stars was dominating in terms of kills. Game 3, TNT is dominating in terms of kills.
I'm really not sure. It's really come down to the macro game in both games. Whichever team was more aggressive seemed to have the advantage.
Yeah.
And I thought that All Stars were going to be going in there for an aggressive fight, and try to win something before 13. But I'm really disappointed that they didn't go for it because they're not soaking all the lanes right now. They've left top lane alone. They're definitely not going to have 13 by this next shrine phase, so that was a chance to get a pick and give them an easier shrine. So it's going to be really tough here for them. I mean, they still have that insane poke and the tanky front end, but they just without that real support, it's tough.
They do have the good burst with Colossus Smash into like Lunar Flare into Hunter's Mark into Leaping Strike into Chromie. That like can delete anyone, but that's all of their damage basically thrown out to get one kill.
Yes, but once they get that one kill, they will be very good. It's just the Murden jumped. He's going for the Chromie. The Colossal Smash is on the Murden. Sanct is burnt.
Beautiful.
Dawnforge is still full health. Sailwater's in a little bit of trouble. Okay, no one has died here yet.
Lunara might be in trouble. She's still getting
Chu might be in trouble here. Oh, the
beautiful. And no one's dead. I mean, the health bars look better for All Stars, which is good because they only have the Tyrande.
Oh, that Chromie is still just ripping up the back line.
But like, they don't have fast enough shrine clear. I don't know if like a 24 is enough. It should be enough. It's less than 30, so they might be able to actually zone them out long enough to finish this off. But they still.
I think they will, and if somebody comes in too early, they can really drop them. Colossal Smash is already up. It's on a very short cooldown. There's and she does the juke over, but the Kerrigan. Oh, but they're grouped up for the Chromie. The Dragon's Breath. Oh my God, there's Dawnforge is still alive. Oh man. Just they were all so low but couldn't finish anyone off. That's rough.
That's another Punisher going over to TNT. It's gonna be a fort. Chromie should just try and go get some soak. Like soak top lane, soak bot lane, give up mid fort until your team spawns, which is basically now.
Yeah. And you can't really soak bottom lane too because it's pushed far enough in to where it's dangerous to get there without your full team.
Yep.
So best case scenario, they lose a fort here. And destroy the Punisher before it really gets any cannon tower damage. And they could look to try to fight them here and slow them down and chase them. I mean, once they hit, if they can hit 13 at least, that's going to be their best fight. And they're jumping in on Trogdor, and he's going to go down. Sanct is burnt.
Arthas didn't even get a chance to pop Army of the Dead.
Oh, the slowing stands, Colossal Smash. Chu evades though.
Varian goes in pretty hard.
They're going to chase. They're getting low.
On the Tyrael. The armor saves Greymane.
Still alive.
Oh my gosh, the Tyrael shield and the armor from Uthers saved Greymane from that double leaping strike.
Yeah.
That
just shows you how much, and it also shows you how much damage they can pump out. That was a 4v5. They hadn't taken any tower shots. They had only taken poke damage, and the All-Stars were almost able to chase them down and get kills. If it wasn't for the Uther armor, they would have been in trouble.
They would have gotten Tyrael and Greymane off of that. See, Uther's still a fine solo support, even into a Lunara. Well, he also has the pseudo second support of the Tyrael, which helps out a lot. And then the Murd and the Kerrigan both can regen HP, which helps a lot.
Yes. Alright, so it's 13-16 now. I mean, if they don't take a fight, this is like one of the only times that it's down a talent tier, but they need to take a fight either at this shrine or before because they're not going to come back otherwise. They're just going to stay 2.5 levels down.
Exactly. Like if the next Punisher should be. Oh, I
Okay.
lost track.
So they took top. If they're
Okay.
quick and they rotate, they're hearthing.
Top. Okay, this is actually good at
They
least.
fear for keep pressure. Oh, they stopped hard. Oh, nope. Okay.
Yeah, this is the best it could be for them because top lane the Punisher pushes on a keep in both lanes, or both for TNT and for All Stars. So if All Stars wins this, they can get some damage. TNT has to clear that Shaman camp, or it's going to take down walls.
Okay, and see, they also had the vision of them taking the camp, and Tyrande shot another one, so they know that they've most likely Hearth because they haven't shown up in. Well, I guess they don't have that much vision because of Fog of War. But here's another Tyrande shot, so they know where they are.
Yep.
And so they have some time.
They're okay, so they're giving this one up. They're just going to take camps, get the fort, defend it at the keep. I like this play. They really should not fight talent tiers down because they keep losing those fights. But getting those, so the trick you can do with this camp in particular is when you cap it. If you throw a spell over the wall to give it vision of the fountain, it will attack the fountain before going into lane.
Kill it.
They get the fountain. They get the fountain anyway. But fun trick for those of you who don't know on this map, you can cheese your opponent's wells by stealing their Khazra camps.
Okay. So they're applying keep pressure here. So I guess they're wanting to force them to back and let the Punisher do its own thing and get killed by the keep.
This is a beautiful play. Take keep walls, even out the experience, Hearth, and then defend.
And TNT's not worried about it, but they are on an even talent tier now. They really need to. Oh my God, the grouping of these guys.
That was
Chromie, I can't believe they're doing that. It's been baited over the wall. It should be destroyed fairly quickly, but they're getting aggressive here.
Avatar's popped already. Nick Ball goes in on Dawnforce.
Is low.
Sanctification.
Oh, Trogdor is getting low. Oh, Greymane goes down. Trogdor is low as well. He's going to go down.
Leaping Strike. Lunara is way in the
back. On the run, but they're wasting time chasing her right now, and the rest of the team is taking a lot of damage.
She has another Leaping Strike out if she needs it. Kerrigan goes down to the Chromie. The Owl?
No, she used both of her Leaping Strikes. It's just now up. It's just now up, and there we go.
The poison. This is a beautiful turn for Sparta's. God, the Owl is just killing Uther.
Uther is not going to make it.
He's dead to the poison.
Try to shield him. And give him a little bit of speed, but it does not work. And they are going mid for keep right now.
What a turnaround. What a ridiculous fight.
That is what they needed, and their keep stayed up. It still has about 30% of its health, and they've got a little bit of a wave to push back out.
They're now on even talents, even levels. The Tyrande Owls are the MVP of this game. Hoot hoot motherfucker, basically.
Uther is down for another 30 seconds here. So they can control the map. And I was also going to say that one thing that I thought by giving up that shrine that All-Stars may suffer for is that TNT could just stop at 39, grab some camps, push some lanes, go back in there, touch it, and then push in. But they just killed it.
I mean, I would have liked to see them do that as well. Like once you see 5 of All-Stars pushing in mid, leave one person at the camp to get to 39. The other 4 go and defend, keep walls, try and get a pick there. Or at least just push them off. And then take your Bruiser camp to push along in with that Punisher. And that would have guaranteed a keep.
And they're trying to grab this bottom fort here. And, you know, it's actually... And, I mean, they also played aggressive. Oh, Chu is out. Colossal Smash. Oh, okay. I forgot about that little evade.
Tyrael's totally fine. Tyrael's like the only hero that should ever face check a bush. And Murden, because Murden can always jump out. Tyrael's just like, I don't want to be here anymore. Goodbye. Eldrin's might...
Oh, sorry.
Setting up.
You can't really fault TNT for getting aggressive there. I mean, it's 17 kills to 6. And All-Stars got 3 of those kills in the last team fight. TNT has dominated every team fight. So they postured aggressively. They thought they were going to siege in, get a pick with the Punisher, maybe get a kill. But it didn't happen.
This Chromie damage is just chunking people. Like
Yes.
the Uther's Holy Light goes out, and Chu went from 50% health to like 60% health.
And
It's
they're
just
about to
like,
start this shrine with Kerrigan at less than 50% health right now.
Yep.
And she is their main source of clear.
And
Oh,
there
the
goes the
double
Colossus
stun!
Smash. The
The sync was
sanctification.
perfect and beautiful. The
That's still a
stun
dead
there.
bird.
Trogdor is still not down
Bird
yet.
falls, Kerrigan
Oh,
falls,
but the
Arthas
whole...
falls, Uther
Oh,
falls. Uther's
they are
good to fall
going
here.
down.
I can't believe
Hyro-
solo
oh,
support
no.
Tyrande is working.
I cannot believe that Hyro and Chu are still alive. Oh, and there goes
Colossus
Hyro.
Smash. The ragdoll
Oh,
physics over
they're
the wall.
going for the win here.
Yeah, I mean they have three.
They've got
catapults
3
mid.
catapults.
That's a full team wipe. Lunara cleaned up in the back. Oh my gosh, solo support Tyrande on shrines, people. The memes are real.
Solo support Tyrande, Colossal Smash Varian, new meta.
I gotta check these healing stats. Let's see. Tyrande has 21k healing into Uther's 54, but it doesn't matter when Chromie has 78k hero damage.
Just so much.
And like,
so much
oh
hero
my
damage.
Gosh. Greymane had like 31k and Chromie had almost 80k. What?
That was almost a
actual
story.
crap?
That was almost the story of last match. Alarak, United GGK, had almost double the next highest damage last match. This match, he did more than double.
That was an absurd game. Well played to both teams. That is it for me. I am off to bed. I think that's... Yeah, I'm just seeing if our teams are going to play anymore. I'm not sure, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And look forward to our start of our tournament games or our season, whatever, depending on how many teams we get for next week. Try to get a team, sign up online, send me your info if you want me to try and get you a team. I'll still keep the team sign up opens. And thanks for watching. And Sundown, pleasure casting with you. Look for us. Yeah, look for us casting the games starting next weekend. All right, good night.